Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kinlock has requested an excuse. Commissioner Garza.
Here.
Commissioner Clementi.
Present.
Commissioner Dobb.
Here.
Chair Clark Coleman.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item,
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next,
C, approval of the July 24th, 2024 meeting minutes.
okay.
Move for approval. Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Clemente. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item,
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
okay, next.
Moving to item 1 under new business, forwarding a report on the operations and activities of the Violent Crimes Joint Task Force for the period of June 28th, 2019 through June 30th, 2024.
Okay. Identify well, first of all, turn your mic on.
Okay. My name is Jennifer Ida. I'm with Juvenile Youth Services for COS Reinhardt.
Say that, what was that last thing you said?
Okay, standing in for Chief of Staff Reinhardt.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay. You don't have a number.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and to the board. Nathaniel McQueen, Chief Program Officer for Wayne County Juvenile Youth Services, also assisting from standing in for Chief Reinhardt in his absence.
Okay, all right. You wanna to brief us on item number 1?
Yes. And let go. Okay.
Yeah, just leave it on.
Sorry, my first time.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. The arrest from January 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2024 for the Violent Crime Reduction Task Force were 544 total fugitive arrests, and 26 of those were youth. We also did a breakdown by city in the county of Wayne. The most arrests were in Detroit.
Anyone have a question on that one? And it is a receiving file. All right. We'll do all we'll do the 1, 2, 3.
3 receiving files.
Okay, we'll do the 3 receiving files. All right, next one.
Item 2, forwarding the May report on the prosecutor's office take-home vehicles, the reasons why they're being taken home, and the municipalities to which they're taken.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the committee. I'm Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. Items 2 and 3 are pretty similar. It's just 1 month following another. But these are the reports on the vehicles that are taken home by members of our Criminal Investigative Division, where they go and why they go.
Any questions on this item? Okay, then we'll just
We would ask that it be received and placed on file, Your Honor.
Are these only 2 receiving files? Yeah, 3. Yeah. Okay, so we'll vote on items. Can I have a motion for to receive and file items 1 through 3?
Support.
And properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Dobb. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
Thank you very much.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of the fiscal year 2022 through 23 Burn State Crisis Intervention Program, grant agreement with the Michigan Department of State Police, Grants and Community Services Division, Grants and Management Section for the Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services Transition Services Division through Michigan United to implement violence prevention and intervention programs.
Ebony, gonna speak on this?
Good morning through the chair, Ebony McCann, Department of Health, Human Veteran Services, Transition Services Division Director. The department is requesting permission to receive a grant from the Michigan State Police in the amount of $388,000. I'm sorry, I cut my finger before I got here. In the amount of $388,321 to provide violence prevention intervention programs for the community. We do have someone, I believe, from Michigan United on the call that can speak specifically to the services that they're going to implement. But essentially, these funds will allow us to partner with the local churches and other community partners to educate the community on violence prevention via gun safety, the gun safety laws. And so I'm extremely excited to partner not only with Michigan State Police, but with Michigan United to provide this much needed service to our community.
You said that someone's here on the line.
I believe Lisa.
I'm actually here. Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Mason. I'm from Michigan
Oh,
United.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, no worries. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kate Mason. I am the Funder Relations Director here at Michigan United. We are a statewide community organizing group. We're headquartered here in Detroit. However, we have offices in Flint, Grand Rapids, and Kalamazoo as well. We are really excited about partnering on this grant. Also, we have deep experience with what we call community navigator programs. We have done this in the areas of public health and immigrant rights, and we have been working closely with the End Gun Violence Michigan Coalition in order to establish a community navigator program here in Detroit, Hamtramck, and Highland Park around gun violence prevention and youth education. And the way that our program is modeled is we identify, recruit, train, and coordinate leaders in community spaces, youth leaders, faith leaders, and others, and train them to be community navigators. So this sometimes involves door knocking. It sometimes involves tabling at events. It involves going to, and speaking in the spaces where our navigators are already leaders, whether it is faith-based spaces, at schools, or at other community spaces, block clubs, things like that, to do a variety of different education events, listening sessions. We do digital and social media. We do podcasts, all sorts of other things. We bring people in to organizing and provide them with additional leadership opportunities as well. And so a lot of the folks that we end up talking to, that our navigators end up talking to, end up becoming involved in this work and help, talk to their friends and kind of spread this education and these messages. So yeah, I'm happy to answer any other questions that anyone has about the way that this program is going to be implemented.
So what age group are you working with?
So we are hoping to work with high school students, folks in their 20s, but we are not limiting it to only youth. Those are our target age groups, however. But we do have some leaders in the program who are, for example, like pastors and faith leaders. And we have some folks who are older than that, who are eager and willing to participate, and have been part of the End Gun Violence Michigan Coalition for the past couple of years now. But we hope with these funds, we can specifically expand into some of these more youth-oriented spaces.
Are there any questions or comments from commission members? Go ahead, Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm familiar with Michigan United, and I'm just wondering, will this just be in Detroit, or will you be going out to all communities in Wayne County?
The grant is specifically for Detroit, Hamtramck, and Highland Park.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Hamtramck, and Highland Park.
Move to approve this item, Madam Chair.
Okay. Do I have a support?
Support.
Okay. It's been properly moved by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Clemente. If there are no other questions on the motion, please vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Thank you. Item,
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a cooperative purchase agreement with Gorno Ford to purchase 3 fully marked 2025 Black Ford utility all-wheel drive SUVs.
so these automobiles are totaling $230,000, correct? And that's because they're fully loaded?
It doesn't appear there's somebody from the sheriff's is here. Joe Slazak, policy analyst. Yeah, the cost is, oh, there is, okay.
Good morning, Commission. Good morning, Joe. And myself, Anita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. I'm online, as well as Project Consultant Matthew Glosser, here to speak on the items.
So my question is, this is, of course, you're purchasing them through My Deal. So these automobiles, it's three automobiles, right?
Yes,
And
correct.
they total $230,577. Is that for all three of them?
Yes, it is.
And the price is because they are fully equipped with all of the security material yeah.
Yes, Commissioner, this is Matt Gloucester for Wayne County.
Okay.
Correct. They are fully loaded, fully outfitted with lights, a full light siren package, prisoner cage, push bar bumper, graphics, computers, radio installs. And they are 2025. So there was a slight price increase in the 2025s versus the ones you see come across your commission table, I think last month.
Okay, so 2025, these are. Okay.
Yes.
So what will you do with the other ones?
There will be an
assessment.
Yes, there will be an assessment made. 2 are going to MSCU, 1's going to Parks. There will be an assessment made in the fleet. We currently have 2017 in the Parks and 2 2018s that will be rotated out that have over 100,000 miles, and those will go to auction.
How many is going to auction?
Should be 3. We try to do a swap for a swap.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're buying 3 and you're going to transition 3 out.
Yes, we will transition 3 out and then assess the other units as far as any older vehicles we have, and we try to get rid of the oldest stuff we have.
Okay. Any questions from commission members? And this is through My Deal, which is usually a pretty good way to go.
Correct.
Oh, Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just had a quick question on type of SUVs these are. I didn't see that in the markup here.
I'm sorry. They are 2025 Ford Explorers, which they call it an Interceptor SUV, which is the police package. They're fully pursuit rated for police service.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. So if there are no other questions,
Move
that
to
motion?
approve.
Do I have a motion?
Yes, I'll move to approve.
Okay. And then I have a support?
Yeah, Commissioner Clemente.
Okay, all right. Properly moved by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Clemente. So if there are no questions on the motion, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 3-year grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance to continue to provide supplemental funding to the Wayne County Sexual Assault Kit Task Force to cover the cost of 3 prosecutor's office investigators, 1 paralegal, 1 administrative assistant, and 1 site coordinator.
Okay, Tony?
Good morning through the chair. Again, Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. Madam Chair and members of the committee, this is merely a request to implement amendment number 1 to extend the agreement for another year. There's no change in the dollar amount. This is a grant, 3-year grant agreement with the Department of Justice and the county to provide supplemental funding for the Wayne County Sexual Assault Kit Task Force. And as indicated by the clerk, this will fund 3 prosecutor's office investigators, 1 paralegal, 1 administrative assistant, and 1 site coordinator. Total agreement is $1 million. There's no county match required. And we would merely be extending the agreement through September 30th of 2025.
Tony, do we have the money already?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
Support.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Dobb. If there are no other questions on the motion, please vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. Do we have an addenda?
Yes.
Moving to the addenda, item 7.
I'll take yours.
Requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment 1 to a 3-year contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Continental CAF LLC, DBA Canteen Corrections to continue providing commissary services and items, telephone time, indigent supplies, and kiosks for the adult jails, including all necessary hardware and software, equipment, and services.
This is from Continental. And have they been providing these services all along? They have?
Good
through the-
morning.
We'll see if the sheriff's office is on.
Okay.
Yes, good morning. Benita Terry again, Sheriff's Office. Yes, they have been providing services the entire time while we were waiting to get this contract approved.
And this contract goes through
The end-
August 31st,
Yes, the end of this month.
2024.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then what happens?
Summit will take over. Summit Food.
Oh, okay. So Continental's been supplying this. So will this be in the new jail? No?
No, they will not. They should end their services. Their service will be ended, like I said, at the end of this month. And as you know, part of our offices have already moved to the new jail, and we will
Right.
be moving the jail soon.
So who's going to be doing it in the new jail?
Summit. Summit
Oh,
will handle
Summit.
our food as
Okay.
well as commissary. They have both contracts.
Okay. And they're out of where?
Yes, at this
South
time,
Dakota?
Summit and Canteen has been working and working out the plan as to how they will hand off the transactions. I believe Summit is inheriting some of Canteen employees to keep on staff.
Do
I'm
they
not sure
have
the numbers at this time.
a local subcontractor?
Does Summit have a local
Summit,
subcontractor?
yes.
I'm not sure on the commissary piece. I would have to go back and look at that contract. I know on the food portion they do. It's Sun Valley Foods, but I'm not sure on the commissary portion. Viapath will still work with us to handle all the tablets. So Viapath does have to work in conjunction with Summit. But
What
they
did
have
you
two
say?
separate contracts.
said-
Viapath Technologies,
Okay,
Telmate Viapath.
okay. All right. Are there any questions on this contract for the commissary?
I'll move to approve.
Support.
Properly moved by Commissioner Dobb, supported by Commissioner Clemente. And if there are no other questions on it, we'll vote on it. So all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have none.
G, public comments.
Okay, are the lines open?
The lines are open. No emails were received.
Okay. All right, if there is anyone here, it is now time for public comment. So if there's anyone here either on Zoom or on the telephone and you have a comment, then please make it at this time. First call. Second call for public comment. Third and final call for public comment. If you have a comment, please make it at this time. Public comment is closed. Next item.
Adjournment.
This motion is adjourned.